is an aura clearing reading for protective shield. Okay, so I have a guide coming up right away. Female guide. And I have a couple of statues here. I have a couple of crystals here. So I have Anubis here, and this is the energy that I used when I created the sacred space. And that was the first energy that I used when I also surrounded myself and then surrounded you. And Anubis is a very, very protective energy. He basically guards the underworld, or did in the mythology. He guards the underworld. And then here I have my guardian dragon. Again, this is like a guardian of a gateway, this dragon. This was the second energy that I used to surround myself and then you, because I felt like I needed to do that a second time. And then this guide came up and gave me the code name. But first was showing me this. I started feeling my solar plexus really intensely. And then started showing me this sort of a spiral of gold going all around your solar plexus. And then I started feeling this guide coming up, and then almost like giving the name protective shield. Not that that's her name, but she was almost stating that that's almost what she does. So she's like a guardian. She does really feel angelic to me, and she's also coming in with guardian angel. So this does feel like a guardian angel energy. Even Anubis is certainly a guardian, and even the dragon here is a guardian. Both of them are guarding a gateway. So in this case, these statues are actually representing this guide as well. But I do have a second guide standing here, and so it may actually be. I'm not sure. We'll get to that. I'm not sure what this second energy is, who that is quite yet. Okay, so we'll get to that in a second. So I also have a couple of crystals here. These are the two that I pulled. They're kind of looking the exact same color in the camera right now, but this one is actually purple. It still looks black when I'm holding it up for some reason. I don't know what's with my lighting right now. This one is black though. This is my purple fluorite, and then this is my tektite. And these are both really good for psychic protection. And this fluorite, especially, it has to do with psychic abilities and then psychic protection in general. It's really good for empaths and for picking up on things. And then tektite really has a balance of energies because it has to do with space. It's like a piece of meteorite, but then at the same time, it is falling to earth, and so there's a very grounded energy with it as well. So there's this energy of Earth's atmosphere and also this very grounded energy at the same time, and just the fact that it's a hard piece of stone. So those are some balanced energies coming in, but both of these very much have to do with psychic protection. Any stone that's black always has to do with protection, protecting your field. So as you can see, the only items that I felt that I was drawn to pull for this reading have to do with psychic protection. And then this guide coming in definitely does feel very protective herself as well. So again, she's saying that she's your guardian angel. So she's specifically assigned to you to protect you, not only to guide you through life, but to protect you. She's sending me an energy like she has a lot of respect for you. Um, like for walking down your path, but it feels almost like through struggles or trials. And I especially get a feeling of when you were younger as well. There's a feeling, it feels like a lot of these blocks that you have in your aura are coming to you from when you were younger. And so sometimes I go into a reading and it really feels like past life, especially. Um, but a lot of this feels like it has to do with this lifetime. She says you're going to know what she is talking about. Okay, there's something with the father. Again, something with the father coming up, which came up earlier as well when we had our first attempt to do the reading. And there's also a feeling to pull back from energies that are coming towards you, and that's okay. There's a feeling like some people exude a lot of energy, and they can exude a lot of negative energy. And this is people in general. This is like anyone that you come across. This isn't necessarily the father. This is people in general. And it could include that person, but this is more like whoever this is including. Think about who's coming towards you in a negative way. There's a feeling like you should protect your gifts. You should protect yourself. Like she has a lot of respect for you and she honors you, but there's a feeling like you need to own that. You need to identify with that as well. You need to really respect yourself and respect your space. She's saying not to allow characters to sort of come into your life, or like repeats. It feels like where you're in the pattern of meeting the same types of people, or specifically the same type of person, and there is a feeling of it being like male. It can be female too, though. There is a feeling that it can be female too, but there's also a feeling of a person who can take advantage of you, or sort of disrespect you, because there's a feeling of almost like downplaying your abilities, or she's saying like your unique role, or you as a person, just sort of in general disrespecting you, disrespecting your time or your emotions, she's saying. And I'm feeling my solar plexus again. And she's saying that you don't value your emotions well enough, like almost like you've been taught to downplay them. She's saying that it's okay to have emotions, and if someone takes advantage of your emotional space, she's saying that you need to look at that's never your fault. And you have to honor that. So you have to honor what your intuition says about people who are around you, and you can't think, no, it's me. She's saying there's a tendency to look at other people and sort of reflect your unworthiness onto them, meaning that you almost disregard yourself, but she's saying almost through their eyes, like, no, it's not them, it's me. So basically, they can treat me that way, and really, they're doing just fine. They're not doing something that I see in a really bad light. Um, I see it as me, as who I am. So she's saying that you're allowing this disrespectful behaviors, and she's saying there's almost a feeling like you don't always allow it with every person all of the time. So there have been almost people that you have gotten rid of eventually, where you have admitted this may not be the best vibration, but she's still saying eventually. So she's saying that you need to look at that right away, and not let people sort of scoop up all of the energy that they can get, all the energy that they can obtain from you, like almost like a vampire, or she's saying, or a demon, really, where they're empty within and they have to soak up all this. She's saying that it's a passive aggressive behavior that you're attracting, or that you tend to attract. But she's saying the only reason you would allow that, and she's saying the only reason that people in general, or she's saying especially females, she's saying women, they would have to have a sort of worthiness issue in order to allow that kind of behavior, and those things work hand in hand. So she's saying that you do have to look at yourself, and you do have to admit it's me, but in this way, in the way of, why am I allowing this behavior? Not in the way of, this is harming me, but not really. Really, they're just doing what I'm used to, and it's okay. So she's saying that the blocks are just going to continue until you set boundaries, and until you're willing to look at yourself in the correct way. And she's saying that it isn't bad to judge someone else and say, it's you. It's not me, it's you. She's saying that would be more accurate. Okay, so let's go ahead with the clearing. She's saying that you can just go ahead and call her guardian angel or protective shield. Guardian angel, and she'll come up, or protective shield, and she'll, hold on here. There's this other energy. Okay, so I have a male energy here too. There's a male energy. This feels like a Syrian energy, for sure. Still on the angelic frequency. So this is still an angelic, this is still an angelic being, an angelic frequency that this guide is carrying. Still very protective. And it feels like she's protecting you in more of like an emotional way, and he's protecting you in more of a logical way. And then at the same time, they're sort of bouncing off one another, and they're sort of guiding you in this way. It also feels like they're partners. It feels like they are together. almost like they are like husband and wife is the feeling. Not that they necessarily, I don't know if they do that, but but you get what I mean. They are like how you'd say lifelong partners. Um, However long their life is, forever partners, whatever you want to call it. Um, and so they're like a unit and they help you with things and they kind of reflect back and forth to each other. So one is the more logical side and protecting you by shedding light almost on what you're doing illogically, helping you make decisions and directing you with a more logical approach. One is protecting you more emotionally. Both are protecting you physically, it feels like, in different circumstances, to various degrees in different ways. But they're both helping you physically, by getting you out of situations when they can, when you listen to them, by helping you finally listen to them. They're saying if you haven't, or if you don't quickly, they're saying they always hope that you'll do it sooner or later, but when there's this tendency, um, to to allow things that someone else is doing, and you have, it's not that you never have thoughts in your head of this is wrong, they shouldn't be hurting me in this way. It's that then you have this thought of no, it's not them, it's me, or a kind of thought or a kind of feeling like that, um, or a programmed reaction that doesn't serve you in that way. So whether it's like that specific thought, um, that's the energy that it's out of. So they're saying when you have that tendency to say that, it's like you're often actually overlooking conversations that they're having with you. A lot of times they're the ones who are encouraging those types of thoughts or those types of reactions. And they want you to set a boundary. Okay, so you have these two guides here. Okay, so I would call her guardian angel and I would call him protective shield. And you can interchange them, it feels like. Or if you call one, the other might just instantly come. But it almost feels like you might want to call on her more often in some cases because of the fact that um, like it feels like an emotional current. But then on the other hand, he can help you to almost detach from something like that. So it's really good to call on both of them. But I do get a feeling from her, because she's more emotional, um, because she isn't, because she doesn't have that detachment. I just feel like she would come, um, like even sooner than this second male would, but not that he wouldn't come. But there's this feeling from her almost like a mother. Then on the other hand, there's a feeling from him almost like a father or like a brother. But there's a feeling from him like sometimes he wants to step back a little bit and let you figure it out on your own and see if you will. Whereas with her, there is that there to a degree, but she also just kind of wants to protect you with everything, and make it easier on you or make it help you do it as quickly as possible. He wants that too, but he knows that you need to learn. There's a feeling like that along with it. But this isn't to say that he doesn't come often, because he does. Like, he's there just as much as her. There are just these different energies, and they're able to help you in various ways because of the energies that they have, if that makes sense. Okay, so I was figuring I was gonna do more clearing because there was a pause in the information that was coming in. But now we're getting to our time limit here. We've gone slightly over, and they didn't end up having me do more clearing. They just had me speak more, give you more information about what needs to clear, about setting boundaries so that you know the areas that need to be cleared and how you can move forward with that. And I have been feeling them clearing you the entire time, actually. Okay, so that is the end of this reading. Thank you very much, Protective Shield, for allowing me to do this reading for you and allowing me to connect with your guides. And I truly hope that this reading benefits you. Namaste.